Hi guys, today I would like to share with you how to write a good abstract. These are the content of today's talk. So I will discuss with you what is what is an abstract, type of abstract, for what purpose we write an abstract, tips in writing an effective abstract, what to include in the abstract, common mistake in the abstract, and some example of abstract. So what is an abstract? So abstract is a short, self-contained, powerful summary of an article or thesis. The length for the abstract usually between 150 and 300 words, or perhaps in a PhD thesis it can be more than 350 words, but usually not more than 1 page. So the layout, usually in one single paragraph. This is for unstructured abstract, and the font size is different from the main text. So the position usually at the beginning of the paper, but it can appear elsewhere, for example in the books or abstract or online database. So an abstract is an original document, not a collection of quotations taken from the text it summarized, that it must be able to stand alone. It does not contain vague statements which force the reader to refer to the main text. So let's see type of abstract. We have two types of abstract. One is a structured abstract. Usually the structured abstract will follow in-broad format, that is introduction, method, result, and discussion. So the structured abstract appear to be favored by medically relevant publication. So for unstructured abstract, this is traditional abstract. They are written in one paragraph or maybe two paragraphs, but usually in one paragraph. Don't have any title specific for different part of the abstract. So structured abstract become more common in most of the scientific fields. In unstructured abstract, some authors ignore some of the information element, including introduction, method, or finding, but the reader need this information. So based on finding of the survey study, it seems that a structured format increase the quality of abstract. So which one to follow? Follow the journal guideline. If the journal guideline require us to write structured abstract, then we have to write structured abstract. Otherwise, we will write unstructured abstract. So let's have an example of the structured abstract in computer science. So have a look with we need to label background, for example, or introduction. This is about the introduction. The most common and successful technique for signal denoising with non-stationary signals such as electroencephalography, EEG, and electrocardiogram is the wavelet transform, and so on. So this is background or introduction, and then we discuss about the method. So we need to highlight method. So in this paper, 5 powerful meta-heuristic algorithms are proposed to find the optimal WT parameters and so forth. And then we need to write result. So lastly is a conclusion. This is the format given by the journal. So we must follow. If there's right here is introduction, then we write introduction. So each section in the abstract has title. So for what purpose the abstract is written? To persuade the reader to see the full text, to help reader decide if the article or the thesis is relevant for the purpose of the study for reader, to answer a call for a paper in conference or journal, to make it possible for your piece of research to be published. Usually the editor of journal will screen your abstract to see whether your abstract is relevant to the journal, or the abstract or your work has is qualified to be accepted or to be reviewed. So tips in writing and effective abstract. First, identify the major objective and conclusion. Identify phrases with keyword in the method section. Identify the major result from discussion or result section. Assemble the above information into a single paragraph. So state your hypothesis or method used in the first few sentences. Omit background information, literature review, and detailed description of method. Remove extra word and phrases. Revise the paragraph so that the abstract convey only the essential information. Check to see if it meets the guideline. Make sure no grammar or spelling errors. Give the abstract to a colleague, preferably one who is not familiar with your work, and ask him whether it makes sense. Ask him whether he understands or not. If your colleague has triggered many questions, this shows that you need to improve your abstract. So this is tips in writing an effective abstract. The abstract should clearly summarize, not be a collection of technical jargon. Don't write too many jargon in the abstract. The section should be proportional to the section of the report. The abstract should only contain detail found in the report. Do not write something in abstract that you do not discuss in the full text. Use simple, clear, and concise language. Keep the structure as the original report. Write for an audience that may not be knowledgeable in your area of research. Explain abbreviation and avoid it at all possible. Try to remove unnecessary abbreviation. Start writing as soon as possible when everything is fresh in your mind. So what to include in the abstract? The abstract should contain about 200 to 300 words. Your abstract must answer problem investigated, that is, why the research is needed. Purpose of research, what is the aim? What is the goal of your research? The method, how you do the research, how you choose the method, how you implement the method. Result, what is your finding? How good your result? Conclusion, knowledge learned from your finding. What is the answer of the question? Or the abstract should answer this question. What was done? Motivation or problem statement. What others have done? What is the gap? Why was it done? That is the why you choose the method. How was it done? That means how good your result, how good your finding, how good your product, what was found. That is a conclusion or implication. What is the significance of the finding? The answer to the research gap or the question. Or you can trigger future recommendation, future works. So an abstract written at different stage of your work will help you to carry out short version of your project in your head. So this will focus your thinking of what it is you are really doing and help you see the relevance of what you are currently working on. So this will help you improve your abstract. This example of the abstract, you can see this. First, it says several studies have reported reprogramming of fibroblasts into induced cardiomyocytes. However, reprogramming into proliferative induced cardiac progenitor cells remain to be accomplished. This is a medical term. So this sentence announce the topic under study, summarize what already done or been accomplished in previous research, and signal the rationale and goal for the new research and problem that the new research solve. How can research reprogram fibroblasts into ICPCs? Then the next sentences is their method, the method the researcher developed to achieve their goal, and discussion about the result. Then finally, they make a conclusion, the significance or implication for drug discovery, disease modeling, and theory of this reprogramming of adult somatic cell into ICPC. All the abstract contain the following: purpose, motivation, problem statement. So, what made you decide to do this study or this project? What practical, scientific, theoretical, or gap your research is filling? Why the research is needed or important? What is your aim or question or hypothesis? So the method, procedure or approach, why do you choose the method? How, what and how did you do to get your result? That is, how do you implement your approach or your method? Finding, result, finding or product. As a result, completing the above procedure, what did you learn or invent or create? Then lastly is a conclusion or implication. What are the larger implications of your finding, especially for the problem or gap identified in step 1? What is the answer of your research question? This example, unstructured abstract from computer science. For computer science, the abstract for computer science, and this work is published in Q1 journal. So the total number of words is 257. This is very good length of abstract. So have a look on this. I have highlighted in different text color to show you the section of the abstract. So this is unstructured abstract, but the unstructured abstract also should follow the structured abstract content. So we start with the problem statement, why the research is needed. You can have a look here, as some of the objective functions are piecewise, so there are non-differentiable at specific point which have significant impact on deep network rate and computational time. So the non-differentiable issue increase the computational time dramatically. So this issue is solved by reformulation of absolute value equation through a parameterized simple smooth equation. However, utilizing a single smoothing function is less effective to produce better curve at the breaking point. So you can see here the word issue, it shows there is an issue. What issue they are trying to address, that is in this case is a computational time. And then however, when you write however after the issue, this indicates this is the gap to be filled out by the researcher. So therefore, this work formulates new smoothing function of aggregation Fischer-Bisherman via aggregating of two popular smoothing functions, that is AGG and FB. So this is the aim. Although it is not written the aim, but we can understand this is the aim. You can write therefore this will aim to formulate a new, but due to the number of words limit in the abstract, so we try to shorten the sentences. Write in short and precise. So you can have, so these functions are having the ability of minimum estimation from both sides of the canonical piecewise function. This answer the question why the method is chosen. This is the strength of the choosing method. Then we write the hypothesis. So if an aggregation or smoothing function can affect the differentiability of piecewise objective function, then aggregating of AGG and FB smoothing function will produce a smooth circle line slope on both sides with less computational time. So this is the hypothesis in the form of if, effect, then. So to evaluate the proposed technique, we implement a Newton algorithm using MATLAB with random initial values. A new smoothing function is formulated by firstly converting the piecewise objective function to CPF. Then we apply it to the Newton algorithm. Finally, to validate the ABE difficulty of the new piecewise function, we perform 1 run for each initial value and 30 run for time evaluation. This is how we implement the work, how we implement the method. Then, this is the result. So the experimental analysis verified that the proposed technique outperformed other techniques of AGG and FV individually in terms of natural logarithm, exponential, and square root. So hence, this novel technique yield promising smooth approximation AVE with less computational time. So this is the finding. You can have a look here. We recap computational time, less computational time, because previously in the first section we highlight the issue is about increasing of the computational time. So this method able to reduce the computational time. This another example in computer science. So this one directly start with this. In this work, we investigate a new graph coloring constructive heuristic for solving examination timetabling problem. We utilize the hierarchical hybridization of 4 low-level heuristics, this being blah blah, this evidence to produce our order. So when you read this abstract, you do not know why they propose this method, why they do this research. The problem statement is not clear. They directly say what they want to do. So this is actually not a good practice. But however, the acceptance of the abstract is depend on the reviewer and the editors. So this work has been published also, I think in Q1 also. What are the common mistakes in abstract? Too much background or method information. Some people like more than 50% of the content of that are just a background. Reference to the other literature, unnecessary abbreviation or acronym, this is also very common. Information not contained in the original work, that means they write something in the abstract, but this information is not discussed in the full text. Quotation from the original work or from other work, so they cite from the literature or they refer to the content of the section in the full paper. Lengthy explanation of word and concept, that means the sentence is too long. What is the optimal length of the sentence? One sentence, it is considered good sentence if you can write about 20 words in one sentence. Don't write too long word because this will create headache to the reader. So unexplained acronyms or abbreviation, this is also common mistake. Have a look on this example. So this paper has been published in Q1, but have a look on this. There are some mistakes that you can see from this paper. So first is this paper. Actually, this paper, when you can use this paper, but it is recommended not to use this paper because this paper is more concerned about acting of writing. In some researchers recommend to use this work, this research or this study instead of this paper. So you just replace this paper with this work. Then the QCSP. If you go through the whole abstract, QCSP is not used. So that means this is unnecessary abbreviation. NP, what is NP? Also, it's not right in full. And what is NP complete? So we do not know what is NP complete. Then this one cite from the literature. Another citation. So I just want to show this is what we call silly mistake from these authors. There are many mistakes in this abstract. So this is the task for you to do your homework. So task 1, based on the abstract you have, so you choose the abstract in the publication, in the literature, answer this question. Why the research is needed? What is the research aim? How the research is done? what is the finding or the result, what is the knowledge learned from the finding. Second task is, based on the answer of this question, compile them into one paragraph. I will give assignment to you to do this. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.